Today, I was able to make $4,400 trading on the Dow Jones or YM for all my futures traders. And I'm going to break down step by step why I took this trade and how you guys can literally copy my strategy. If you guys watch this whole entire video, you'll literally understand my exact trading strategy by the end of it. If you guys are new to my channel, I'd definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button. I have a ton of other videos that you guys can check out on my channel based around trading and my literal strategy that I use. Also, I am on Instagram, so if you guys want to connect with me on there, you can go and shoot me a follow, send me a message if you guys want help with trading. And if you guys want to join my live trading sessions and you want to trade live with me, I just opened that back up and you'll get a free 7 days to kind of see what the whole program is about. But basically, go to the website. There's a link in the description. There's a video that you guys can watch. It'll show you step by step everything that's included. And like I said, it's free for 7 days and then only $100 a month after that. So guys, let's get in my computer and let's make some money. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to hold back. I'm going to give you guys everything that you need to replicate my exact strategy. If you guys are on the new side and you've never watched my videos, I would recommend watching the video that says how to start trading futures as a beginner on my channel. That will give you a better idea on how I trade and the actual asset class that I trade. I trade futures. So when I'm trading futures, what I'm looking at is I'm trading ES, the SP500. I'm trading YM, the Dow Jones. And then I'm also trading NQ, the NASDAQ. And this strategy does pertain to all three of these assets right here. So you can go through and you can kind of look at your charts and see the setup appearing time and time after again. So that's the first thing, is our three assets that we trade. Next thing is our timing. We want to be trading during a specific period of time, and I find that the best window of time to trade is between 9:30 a.m. EST all the way till 10:30 a.m. EST. And if you guys go to your screen and you go to the time zone button right here where it says UTC New York, you can go there and you'll actually be able to have your charts in the New York time zone. So that's just what I like to refer to for all my times, is the New York time zone. It's just a million times easier. And that's where the stock market and everything is based around those trading hours. So the window of time that I like to trade is between 9:30 to 10 a.m. It doesn't mean that I'm taking a trade all the time at 9:30. And when I'm using this strategy, guys, it's not like I'm trading every single day. There are days where I'm not going to trade. Like yesterday, I didn't trade at all. The setup may have been there, but I just don't really like trading on Mondays because the market's kind of getting back into its flow. So today was actually very nice, and that brings us to our next step, market structure. Market structure is very important. When I say market structure, you guys want to be looking at the markets and you want to find a clear defined trend. Right before the market opened, I already saw that we were in a downtrend, so immediately my bias was to go short. I'm not going to go against the trend, and they say all the time the trend is your friend. It's such a cliche term, but it's so true. Literally most of the time, guys, all you need to do is find the trend. Once you find the trend and you have identified that, boom, then you can go and take your trading to the next level. So we have our trend right here. Perfect. We can see we're in a downtrend, so I'm going to just go with the market direction. I'm going to go with the flow. So that brings us to our next point, and our entry model is a fair value gap. So if you guys go to your indicator and you type in Lux, algo, space, fair value gap right here, you'll click that and you'll add it to your chart. Now we can see all these little rectangles on our chart. There's this one that I took a trade on, but let's go and explain this for you guys to understand better. So a fair value gap consists of three candles. We have the first candle, the second candle that creates a gap, and the third candle that ideally closes a gap. So all it's doing for this bearish fair value gap is it's deviating or marking up a rectangle from the low of the first candle, and then it's hitting the high of the third candle, and it creates this gap. Now what we want to see after those three candles are usually the fourth, fifth, or sixth candle will retrade into the fair value gap, and that's where we want to find our entry. So I didn't like this whole lower low that was formed right here. And all these fair value gaps, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I see we have 4 fair value gaps in one swing low or one swing high, whatever it is, I don't want to see that. I want to see one lower low like we did here. Notice how price formed a lower low. This candle broke lower than this previous low right here. So this is a verified lower low. In that lower low, we had that fair value gap that was formed. And then on the 4th and 5th candle, it retraded into the rectangle and then just dropped to the downside. So ideally, when you guys are trading these fair value gaps, you want to make sure that it's within a lower low or a higher high. That's when you want to see these fair value gaps form. So as I was sitting in front of the charts, I was patiently waiting. I didn't like this fair value gap right here because there are 3 above it. It's kind of confusing. It's like, which one can price potentially go to? So what I did is I waited for price to break lows and made this new lower low. And as it was making this lower low right here, look. I remove these drawings real quick, then we'll put them back on. Perfect. So as it made this lower low right here, notice the body of the candle on this one, and this one goes lower than this wick right here. In present time, before these candles had formed, this was the lowest point right here. So we would need candles to go and break lower than that to give us confirmation that price wants to continue to push lower. And that's what we got right here. So I saw that fair value gap. I was like, do you know what? This looks like a really nice fair value gap. And that's when I went in and I set up my position. You guys can see I had my position set right here. My entry is at the bottom of the rectangle. You can have an entry at the middle or the top, but ideally most all the time on these fair value gaps, the next candle or candles will hit just the bottom of the fair value gap right here for a bearish fair value gap and then continue to go down. Now, when it comes to my stop loss, I have my entry at the fair value gap. Price did not yet hit it. I have my stop loss always above or right at the higher low of the first candle that makes the fair value gap. That right there is very, very important that you guys are able to understand that. Your stop loss always goes above or below the high or low of the first candle that makes the fair value gap. Since we have this bearish fair value gap, our first candle is right here. Notice how my stop loss is right there. And if you guys go and you get this little magnet right here, when you're actually using the cross and you have your position set, all you need to do is literally put your cursor right at the high or the low and it'll mark it up perfectly. So that's how I got that little stop loss right there. The little magnet right there, game changer. Okay, now you guys are probably wondering, okay, Colt, so how did you get your TP? I'm going to give you guys the gems today, why not? So ideally, I got into the trade right here. And let me show you guys. You guys can see the trade was right here. This is my win right here for the trade. And then if you guys go, I'll show you my executions in a second. But right here, boom, this is where I got into the trade right here. And then what I ideally did is for my take profit, I use the Fibonacci's. So I'll usually go from the high to the low of the range. So the range is the lower low or the higher high. So I went from this high, that lower previous lower highs high, to the new lower lows low. And I go from 100% to the 0% on a downtrend like this. And my negative 100% level is where my take profit is. So here's my Fibonacci settings. If you guys want those, you can take a screenshot right now. Then also you want to take a screenshot right now. And then you'll have my exact Fibonacci setup like this. So the negative 100% level is where I aim for my take profit pretty much all the time when I'm using these fair value gaps. And you guys need to understand that the markets are mathematically derived, or the Fibonacci retracement is mathematically derived. So it gives us a very precise point on where price is going to go to next. And that's what the price is doing. Like all these numbers on the right side, these are levels that the algorithm or the market makers need to go and meet in order for the trades to be taken out or entered. So there's a very precise strategy that I have behind my trading. It's not just like, hey, there's a fair value gap, like let's sell. Like everything is to a T. If you guys really digest what I'm telling you in this video and the previous videos that I've posted. So you guys can see that's how I had it, my fib set up. After I have them set like that, I delete it just because I know where my reference point is for my take profit. And you guys can see if I play it out, boom, hits it one more time. Now what we would be looking for to give us confirmation that we're in the right side of the market is we want to see this low right here be broken. So we need the body of a candle to close lower than that. And I think we get it on, yep, this candle right here. So notice the body, how the body of the candle closes lower than this previous wick right here, that low. Now that's no longer the current low. The current low is right here in the present candle. As it keeps pulling itself back, keeps breaking lower and lower and lower. And I'm going to give you guys a little hack too. And that was the trade. So I ended up hitting my take profit, what, within 20 minutes. Not bad at all. So that was the trade that I took. I want to give you guys a little hack too. So when I trade, as I was in this trade right here, you guys can see I have these lines right here. These are my alerts. So instead of me for 20 minutes sitting there in front of my chart, which I'm not going to lie, I kind of did. I was watching the charts today, but most of the time when I'm trading, I go to this alert tab right here. And all I'm doing is I have my stop loss and my take profit set, and I'm just putting in those parameters. So we have 42,860. Just like this. This is how it should be set up. Then I go and delete this and I'll put stop loss hit. With the notifications, these are the ones that I have right here. And then you would just go and click create. So you guys can see that on my alerts tab, I have those alerts right here. I have my stop loss one and take profit. So as I have my trade set up, I have my alert set. So instead of me sitting in front of the chart for 20 minutes, I can go take a shower, I can take my dog out, I can get some coffee made, I can make breakfast real quick. Whatever you guys do with 20 minutes of time, that's when you start to really value your time. So instead of looking at the markets, like, you're not in control of the markets. You guys, we cannot do anything to make the markets go up or down. We just have to kind of like trust our analysis and let the trade do its thing. So that's exactly what I did today in this trade. Let me show you guys the executions. So you guys can see my executions right here. Sold 5 contracts right on this candle. Closed right on this candle. To a T. That's how it's done, guys. Like I said, if you guys want to trade live with me on Zoom, I do these live trading sessions every morning with my students. Like, a bunch of my students were on Zoom with me when we took this trade. It wasn't just me. So if you guys want to like learn just my strategy more in depth, you want to join a community of other traders, great opportunity. There is, like I said, a website. The link is in the description. There is a video on the website for you guys to watch. Guys, I'll see you on the next video. Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.